Hello everyone and welcome to NETCRYPTO, where you get important information and news about all coins and tokens of interest. And today we're taking a look at Pikamoon. Is it legit or is it a scam? Right, so one of the NETCRYPTO members have dropped me an email and asked me to go and do a review of this particular project, right, whether it's legit or it's a scam, right? By the way, that's a privilege. That's one of the perks, actually, that you get by joining the NETCRYPTO membership, among other legit cryptos that I share, right? That's just one of the perks. Okay, so when we have to jump into this project, before we even go any further, we just have to start by the name itself, Pikamoon, right? So Pikamoon is very close to Pokemon, right? And you know Pokemon, it's got those creatures, the games, and what? This is also similar. You've got the creatures and the games and what? So Pikamoon, Pokemon. Why is this important? Well, if you're looking at Pikamoon and Pokemon, they are similar, right? And the creatures, the games, and all that also kind of similar, right? The danger there is if Pikamoon, this project, becomes huge as let's say Shiba Inu, or it becomes as huge as Pepe, right? Pokemon and the company behind that trademark might actually raise their head and come and challenge this, right? So the people behind this project might say, no, we are different. We are Pikamoon. We are not Pokemon, right? Our creatures are completely different from Pokemon. We are Pikamoon, right? But what a lot of people don't understand about trademark, especially if you haven't done your legal work, is all they need to do to prove in court is is it possible that the public could be confused between Pikamoon and Pokemon, right? They look at everything. They don't just look at just the word, it's Pikamoon and yours is Pokemon, so therefore it's not a trademark infringement. They look at everything. The look and feel, the games, the whole everything, right? So there is a danger in Pikamoon being approached, or a lawsuit coming out from Pokemon, especially if this project explodes. So now that we've got this out of the way, right, you need to know about this, because if that happens, immediately the token is going to drop lower in price, even more than what it is right now, right? So with that, in the scam or legit evaluation, it's important to know what happened during the pre-sale, right? Because you know that the scam is always in the pre-sale. And if there was a scam in the pre-sale, we know that there are scammers behind the project, right? So let's jump into what actually happened during the pre-sale. Unfortunately for this one, it's post-mortem, right? So all the information that I did here, I had to dig around everywhere. So if something is not accurate, just let me know in the comment section, right? And I will pin a correction right there, right? So let's start with a pre-sale breakdown. There were three phases, phase 1, 2, and 3, right? Starting with a price point of 302, 304, and 306. Right, 5 billion tokens were sold each, right, and a total of 15 billion tokens were sold, raising about 6 million US dollars, right? This is very important. This is very important because now a very important date into the life of this token is the 21st of June 2024. 3 billion tokens were banned because they were never claimed. Right, because these likely came from phase 1 due to widespread claim issues. So there were widespread claim issues, especially for phase 1 and 2. That's a red flag, right? We have seen lots of scammers who block users from claiming, right? So a lot of people had issues with claiming phase 1. So if you're familiar with some of the tokens that we have here on the channel, normally there's just one claim. You claim all your tokens at once. But here, they had multiple dates, right? Cliff period, and then you can claim certain percentage, like what is happening with Qbetics right now, right? Similar situation, right? So what is crazy about this is that everyone who bought, let's say you bought some in phase 1, some in phase 2, some in phase 3, only by the 15th of June would you have 100% of all the tokens you bought in the pre-sale, by the 15th of June. And these guys went on to say that on the 21st of June, 2024, all unclaimed tokens by this date will be banned permanently. So if you don't claim your tokens, so the 15th of June, is when it will be possible for you to claim 100% of all your tokens. 15th of June. And they came out and say, 21st, if you haven't claimed, this is less than a week. If you haven't claimed, we're going to ban all the tokens, which means after the 21st, if you bought in the pre-sale, that's it. Now, how much was unclaimed? So if you do calculations, you can estimate between 600 and 800,000 US dollars that was not claimed. And they claim to actually have banned the tokens. Now, you tell me, is that a legitimate move? That's a scam move. That makes this project a scam, right? Because between 600 and 800,000 people lost this money, right? Now, what about if someone was in an accident? They're in a coma, they're in a hospital. They bought Pikamoon, right? And then they came out on the 22nd of June, or they came out in September, 6 months after, 8 months after, a year after. So they say, no, sorry. We closed the claim about 6 days, 5-6 days after everyone was able to get 100% of their tokens. So we can't help you, right? Do you think if any one of the team members within Pikamoon was in an accident or something happens, they're in a coma, they can't claim their tokens? If he goes to whoever is behind this token, yes, I do see that they've got a YouTube channel and they've got a lot of doxing activity there. But remember, the projects that are doxed scam the most, right? They scam way more than the projects that are not doxed, right? Because they create that trust with investors, right? Do you think if a team member he was in a coma, comes out after 1 year, comes out right now and say, I couldn't claim my tokens, can you help me? They'll say, sorry, you were supposed to claim your tokens. They are going to make a plan for him. They're going to give him tokens, do whatever they can do, right, to help them, but not you. They're not going to do it for you, right? So a lot of people lost this money. So because of that, this project was a scam in the pre-sale, right? So this is something that is very important that we need to highlight what happened here. This is a crime. Right, it's a crime. It's just that there's no regulation now, so they just decide they can do whatever they want. Investors lost these funds permanently due to claim failures. And some just couldn't claim, right, in phase one. According to multiple reports that I saw online, they just couldn't claim, right? 15 June, that's when everyone can get claims started 16 April, 16 May, 16 April for phase one. Phase one, a lot of people were not able to claim. That is what is coming out now. Lots of people were not able to claim. Phase 2, some people were also not able to claim. Phase 3, most people were able to claim in phase 3, right? But phase 1, lots of issues. But everyone would have had 100% of the tokens, right, in phase by the 15th of June, 2024, right? So this most definitely, there was a scam in the pre-sale. For this particular one. Now, let's jump into what is going on now, right? So currently, the price point for this one is sitting at 301. 301 is the current price point for Pikamoon, right? So what is this price point? How much has it dropped by from the last stage of the pre-sale, right? So to do that, we know that it was 0.3066. Right, let's just take a look at the data here. So 306 was the last price of the pre-sale. We're not going to even consider 302. We're going to consider 306, right? So 306 was the last price of the pre-sale, and currently we're at 301, right? So that's 83% down, right? That's known as a rug pull, in case you're wondering. Right, that's known as a rug pull. Money has been taken out, right? But obviously, the way that they did this was quite clever, more like what is happening with Qbetics. There's a pre-sale called Qbetics right now. I'm going to be doing a video on that. So you see here that they are 96% down all time, right? But what is even crazier is from the all-time low, they're just 38% up, not even 100% from the all-time low. So it means this project is dangerously heading to be even below, to be in the loss for the all-time low, which means it's a proper rug pull. right? So basically, it's not looking good here with the numbers, right? So one of the things that you need to know here is any project that start out there and they say that we've got the team, we are dogs, we are legit, this is our story, lots of videos, lots of podcasts and so on and stuff, right? If they are allocating tokens to themselves on this tokenomics or scamonomics, as we call them, if you are allocating tokens for yourself and you haven't bought those tokens, right, you're just going to cause inflation. You're going to cause exactly this. It means whatever is happening, this whole story of Pikamoon creating, what do you call it, content, a game, there's going to be a game and we've created new characters, NFTs, it's all just a story. A story to take your money, to make you believe that there's something. A similar project in the past, right, that I covered was Shirio. Right, Shirio was a similar project in the past, right? They also had lots of, there was a game, doxing, development going on, development releases, everything was there. Doxed, everything was there. But guess what? Right? They started doing some shady things and things happened. And at the end, this is Shirio. Right? This was 2021, right? And by 2023, it was on next to nothing, right? And how does Pikamoon look? Almost the same, right? So does this have a chance of pumping up into the future? Of course, anything is a chance of pumping up into the future. But do you think that the people behind this project, if $5 million drops into here, or let's say $1 billion drops into this project, it becomes one of the hugest projects in crypto. They have most of the tokens, right? They are going to be helping themselves to a huge chunk of it. So if you want to invest, me personally, I wouldn't go anywhere near this token, right? That's just my personal opinion. I wouldn't, because of what happened. The less than 1 week to claim, that just sealed the deal for me. That was a scam move. Anyone who does that is a scam and should be ashamed of themselves. How can you give less than a week for people to claim their tokens, right? What about if someone is in hospital, they are in a coma, something has happened, right? They are not able to, they don't have access to the internet. Something has happened, right? Maybe a wildfire has happened where they stay. There's no access to phones, no electricity, nothing. Just less than a week, right? Even 2 months or 3 months, even a year is not enough. It's your tokens. You should be able to claim them whenever you want to claim them, right? They shouldn't be able to expire. So they literally looted from investors, right? So for me, my verdict for this one is Pikamoon is a scam, right? So of course, I always get the question, where do we get legitimate tokens? I encourage you to join the NETCRYPTO membership, right? If you join the NETCRYPTO membership, there are lots of videos. One of them that you'd want to watch right off is this one, uploaded 5 days ago. I know that a lot of you are interested into meme tokens. So we've got a meme token strategy among other strategies in there, right? That will help us to get the bag, right, in crypto, to actually earn profits in crypto. And don't join the NETCRYPTO membership if you're looking for a get-rich-quick scheme. You're looking for a trick to make money like ASAP, right? Making money in crypto is very possible, right? But you need to do so responsibly. And that's what we do in the membership section. So if you're interested into getting ahead of the game in crypto, coming up with your own strategy, right, you'll be able to see my strategy, what I use in there, right? You can start off by this video, especially if you're interested into meme tokens, right? Because we've got a meme token strategy where we are trying to get to 1,000x in meme tokens. There's an exact science that we are using to it, right? So you can join. You have to subscribe to the channel. After you subscribe, then you join the membership, right? If you click the links of the channel, there's a link right there, join the membership, right? So this is my review for this one. Let me know what you think. And if you want a review such as this one, this has been requested by a NETCRYPTO member, right? I can do so for you as well, but you need to join the membership. That's also one of the perks you get. You get access to my email. You can request for reviews. And in addition, you get lots of other perks, meme tokens, right? Long-term tokens, right? And also 2x strategy that we have in there. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.